Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce the award-winning Josh Maponga.
Oyo. Wow. Pane nyaya inonzi one night stand munoziva. Show haifani kuita one night stand. Handitika. Tofana kuramba tichifamba nacho chitanda iti. Ndofunga kuti dzimwe nguva tinozviomesera nokuti varume hatinyanyi kuonana kakawanda. Ukatara maprogram anoitwa namadzimai pamwedzi. Vakati dokasi, vakati women's this, vakati tea party, vakati maround yokundopana sadza, madiapers, anonzi mangoma yawa, baby shower, vanogadzira misoro. Madzimai anotaura zvakatoti one day. But isusu varume problem yedu kana patinotaura hatitauri zvine njere. Totaura nyaya dzebhora, nyaya dzezvinhu zvisingavaki. Saka ndicharova mahashtag akati one day nhasi nguva ishoma. Handingadi kubhanya ndotorera vamwe. Ini ndatova kuno kuZimbabwe saka tichaonanazve tigoona muchingonokora zvishoma. My name is Joshua Maponga. I am responsible for having developed the Joshua Show in South Africa. So you want to be the master. I also developed the Abafundisi, Amabishopi in South Africa, if you're watching those programs. I would wish some of that content could actually make its way into Zimbabwe, and we can improve the quality of our programming, and so that can improve the quality of our software. Remember, when the face is beautiful and the software is not working, hardware suffers. So the development of software is as important as the development of the cosmetics, and especially the hardware issues. I am a multi-layered person. To engage with me, to some of you it's traumatic. Don't worry, you are doing fine under the circumstances. But when you get to know me much more, you may discover that there is a lot other things that make this enigmatic character that has become a social nuisance. But it's okay. It's my life. I have to live it to the best of my ability. And what makes this conference so beautiful is that it is combining both the academic, the religious, the medical, and on my corner, I said I should come also representing the cultural part. Do you appreciate that now? And when I look like this, all of you, your blood is cringing. It's okay. It's okay. But I represent that which you are running away from. Many of these things that you are talking about and you are trying to fix are a result of a people that have departed from their original, organic, indigenous ways of life. You have run away from your organic ways of eating. You've run away from your organic exercising. You rather go to a gym, and these things, and we are basically recovering addicts of a colonial project. And this project has all of you as patients who are now looking for aspirin and discipline to fix a fundamental problem, but with artificial things. My calling for you right at the introduction is that a tree is only as strong as its roots. Try and find out exactly who are you? Where do you come from? The blue areas, who was doing that research, what the blue areas, Dr. Rabatoranya, blue areas. You'll be shocked that China is actually one of those blue areas. My China. I was there last month. When I spent hospital in China, when I kune pharmacy avo, zvechirungu zviri kuno uku. zvavo zvechikaranga zviri kunoku 50-50. Unotobudziwa kunzi pirisi iri kuchirungu nderiri, kuno kuchina nderiri, kunoku nderiri, kuno kuchina. Woshara kuti unoda synthetic here, plastic nezvimapirisi zvavarungu kana kuti unoda zvinhu zvechikaranga. Zvino imi dambudziko chirungu nechikristu chakazomanya mberi stereki. Ukatanga kutaura nyaya dzokuti vanhu vakomana gadzirai maguchu mumwe mamveva musanganise neokera kuti Maponga wadada zvinhu zvokuroya, asi ndikangotora mamvevawo ndikangoakwanya ndikaisa muzvimacapsule mototenga 10. Ushaya kuti munorashika papi mimba yeRounderville. How do you get lost in a house full of light? The very medicine you're talking about, they pick your herbs, they look for active ingredients, and they make medicines out of them. But when they make them as artificial, they have side effects. In their organic state, the body can consume them much better. I am here as a strong advocate. Through and through. Through and through. I would not go out with a woman with Indian hair. I would go with an Indian. Zvirinani kutopinda pamuindia wacho iyo 1-1. Pano kupinda pano munhu mutema une wig yomuindia. Yozi mai musoro wawa. I must also address the issue of the trauma that men go through. Big trauma. That akuna vanhu vanotaura saizvozvi. Ngoti Shadai wanonoka ndingane ndambomupa mashoko 2-3. Munozwa nyaya yekurevegwa nhema haina kunaka. What you buy on the streets, what they advertise as potential women, and what you end up with in your house are two different species. I don't know kana vanoziva chokwadi chandinotaura mowirirana neni kuti musikana wakati hi babes, can we have something together? No mukadzi wakazosvika avakumba makusene. Vamwe magaro ndeartificial kuti samanya padivi kuti ko munhu zvopera ndakatarira vakomana. Wozoti when you are looking carefully kuti ndo zvandashara here izvi uona kuti maybe I could have done better, and you go back shopping again because there is a contradiction. And I think someone must tell women, stop selling artificial things on the streets, because that's what we are going to buy, and that's what we expect to find every day. Vamwe taita problem tosvika kumba madzimai akapfeka mapurring socks mumusoro, asi kana voenda kutown vanosvuta zvokuti ungati dino neniwo ndandokumirirai kutown madam ndambokuonai ndiri koko, nokuti munhu wandinogara naye noaenda kutown havana kudini vana. So there is this, it's a psychological contradiction in the world of men, where we have to deal with the woman that we love and we look for, and the one woman that is actually in our beds, who has become a bag of cement. Ndombokuitira zvimwe handisa ndatanga kuma ndanchingodziisa. Ndatumwawo pano na vachimuka kuti ndizo vamiridavo tichitaura nyaya idzi dzekuvaka misha. Vandiudzawo nyaya dzavo mbiri nhatu dzavati varume vanofana kurangaridziwa. Chokutanga is the issue that is it possible that in modern days women are getting married to boys? There's no transition between boyhood and manhood. We get married because the timetable says get married. Not that you are now equipped to be a man. Many of you have listened to my statements that I throw. Some of them sound weird, but I'm here today to put context. A man must have 2 wives. A man. Every man must have 2 wives. And between me and you, you must love the first wife more than you love the second wife. The first wife is land. The first wife is career. The first wife is business. The first wife is financial stability. The first wife will help you to marry the second wife. She will look after the second wife. And when the second wife comes, she must know she's the second wife. That puts order at the very beginning. You are unfortunate because I'm coming from the religious space. So I'm not going to spare you with biblical narratives. It is God. We're in Genesis. It is Eden. It is Adam. It is Eve. In that order. That if there is no Eden, Adam cannot have Eve. Because before Adam can deal with Eve, the physical land, he should have dealt with Eden, the spiritual land, on whence God has established his resources, where both of them will survive. Therefore, the relationship of Adam with Eden is far much more fundamental than his relationship with Eve. Because it is Eden that would help Adam to look after Eve. If you are here and you are listening to me and you don't have an Eden, then you are going to become the Eden. Mkazi uchashanda iwe. Ukawa mkazi achikuvunza kuti muripi, uziwe kuti Eden yako idoko. Ukaanza mkazi achikuvunza kuti sakatozhei, ukawa mkazi achikupopotera kuti wandi blue ticker. Kana ukambo receive a message yoyo kuti why are you blue ticking me? It's an indicator that your wife is not busy. She has no estate. She has no resources. She is not busy. Inoto basa musengwa. Mkazi usina basa hana basa. Unoto shupa none basa. Get your wife busy. Vura makambani maviri matatu, inono vura garaji, inono isa chikafuko, ndamutenga makavichiko, maletisi anodikamwa, turai mbudzi dzomudesa uko, turai ng'ombe dzinesa uko. Iwombo phone avo asabata phone, uone kuti she's busy. Iwombo muti you blue ticked me also. Then she will tell you, I was very busy, Daddy. I was doing some other things. The problem of some of our marriages is inactivity and our undermining of the first estate, the estate of land. Employment, function, resource development, and building of identity. From where a man can stand in his house and reproduce children. Therefore, all of you are here who are not yet married. Never tell a woman that you love her again in your life. No, it's not worth it. Musadzidziswa na varungu zvokutenga maflowers, mutenga zvima keke nezvima ribbon nezvima Christmas tree. Ndakaona zvakazara muna Samoro Mashero zvima Christmas tree kuti muitengera madzimai. That's so artificial. Women can buy themselves those things. They can buy themselves those things. Make resources available for them to function. so that they excuse you. They excuse you from smaller tasks. Mukoma ndakagara kuLondon neniwo saka ndokuira urombo. Ukaona murume achiri kuvunza budget kuti makabichi inotenga mangani pamwedzi, une problem. Ini kwangu kumbaini tinotokona nomudzimai kuti ini ndikatora trolley yangu ndeyangu yokuisa zvinhu zvani usaisa zvinhu zvako mutrolley mani kana uchida kuisa zvinhu zvako tora trolley yani umwe nomwe padzoro rake Jehovha ndomukwanisa zvose. I wonder if you hear what I'm saying. That the issues must not be those of being restrictive, but the issues of abundance must kind of, and I must be glad, gentlemen, I must be very glad. The heavens and grace has been gracious to me. I've lived with plenty. Not little. I've lived with plenty. Plenty. I've walked out of my house and found there 6, 8 cars that I own, and the big couple of $1 million houses that I live in, and it's mine, debt-free. In the midst of this madness, there is lots of order. And I'm not saying this in an arrogant way, but I'm saying it's possible. That mkomana kakuria kubikita kwanya unda PO box 4B bikita burukuri na ma LP kumagaroku. It's possible that if you focus your mind at getting certain things done, you can make it. Maybe our education is divorced from what we must accomplish, and we must now move over into financial stability, because there's a different kind of an erection that a man has when he has money. Kana usinabata mari kwayo usati hoyo, unoona unoziva kana une mari mfana unogona kungobata usiku wakaisa ruoko so, and it's good enough. Zvenyu zvama 6 rounds izvi vafana izvi. Do you want to impregnate your wife with poverty? Vane mari 1 round 2 round pavhiki kana pamwedzi zviri bho zvakanaka zvakadero vakadzi vedu hakuna kwavanoenda futi. Venyu unobuda ziya 2 hours later kusati kwaidza. It's a frustrated man who wants to empty all his poverty into his woman. Because some of the satisfaction that you have is found in you. It's not found in sexual arousement and in sexual etc. Unoza ukaita mari so unongoita ka orgasm kakasiyana so. Kakangosiya handiziva komana hamusi kuisa komana. Amusana mabata mari wako komana. Ukaibata zvakanaka so unongo wakakugutsikana so kokungofara so koti Mede mchitaura nawo so mashoko ako anenge akatsetseka kuti mede mwana wagwara mwana wada izvo watiti vachazodai ere mubvunzo wako ndiwo umwe chete saka unoda mari. Unoda mari zvoda mari wochesta bhora racho roenda ukoko zvakanaka. Anyway, enough of entertainment. Let's get down to some serious business. Put your hand on your head and say after me, this is how I think. All of us, this is how I think. Put your hand on your heart, say after me, this is how I feel. Put your hand in your hand, say after me, this is how I do. One more time, this is how I think. This is how I feel. This is how I do. 3 things a man will do in life. Collect correct information. Populate your mind with good thinking. Educate yourself. Dzidza kudzidza. Zvidzidzise kuti udzidze. Zvimwe zvinokatanisa emusoro idzidziso dzakavora dzamakadzidzisiwa. Ndinowira urombo vanhu kaenda kuchechi. Ndichadarika naye ipapo manje. Manje so tinokonana manje. Ndichauya naye ipapo. But learn to learn. Collect correct information. Populate your mind with good thinking. Calibrate your thinking. Circumcise your brain. Sweep the corridors of your thinking. Clean up the apertures of your thoughts. Make sure that your brains are working. They are not. This is not for cosmetic purposes. It's for the contents between the two ears. Use it accordingly. Think as a man. Don't just take influences from everywhere. Sit down, process thoughts, come up with conclusions, and make decisions based on information. Number 2, emotions. Be attached to correct things. Don't be addicted and get emotionally attached to things that destroy you. Kurovana chakuchakwana kurovana muchipurayira na Messi na Ronaldo kuti mukuru ndiani ndoresa sho mwakabawa ne botoro chairo bwa botoro muhuro pfa wakomana bora muna mashezi ro wakomana muna mashezi ri iyo t-shirt yawakatenga nechimama ndimire chawakatenga chisho ndo Get attached, get emotionally attached to correct things. Then you can spend your energy as such to things that can make you grow. 3 words you must take note of as a man. Number 1 is affection. Number 2, it's aggression. Number 3, it's erection. Affection. Use affection. Aggression does not always work. Be aggressive outside. Be affectionate inside. We say no to women abuse. We say no to beating women. That's aggression. Kauchida kugba, uya kwa tirizo. Uya. Ndakamana chimwe chimfana pa Facebook, mdara ndokurova ndikati maiwi. Deno anga achiziva kuti zvibhakera izvi hazvizi kwamikirisi indakakurangirisa ngombe kana hatiishi kana kutopumba mavhu izvozvi pano ramai vako rababa vangu ramai vako ramai vangu tototanga izvozvi tinorova zvibhakera zvinopfuta moto unorova munhu akati ndakuona malaisini ndakurova ziso mufana. Aggression must not get things done. Where you must use aggression is for protection. You must be aggressive where you are protecting. But the things that are important to you, be affectionate. And then when you can manage your aggression and your affection, issues of erection become secondary. And never allow your erection to manage your direction. Musa managewa nepenzera. Because a woman knows that when she manages you through sex, then dambata. You would take a chimbwa chakaba ne tambo. Chingutevira kusuro kwa maiwo. Nukuti nongo nyengerera wo iyo tsoro ye yakabigwa na Jehova pakati pamakumbu kundigataura zvakashata ndinonyimwa kumba. Amen. Sex is not a trophy. It's not a trophy. Unosvika pa level yokuti vana medium vakati haiko vanofana kuziva kuti dzakatoti one day dziriko iyi hatikumbiri iyi ndedu iyi simbi yebasa iyi inotibetsera kuita manage other emotional issues. So you cannot use sex as a tool of managing a man. And men who are being controlled by women through sex, you become a passenger in your own house. Nokuvara mahara chaiko zvokuti nyango ipuwa saka muchiita premature ejaculation unoshira kuti ndingangozonzi chirega ndisandapedza saka yatova yechop chop kuti payangonzi iyi tikurumidze kuchaisa ndinozonzi chibva pano zuva risati ravira. Let's get to some serious business. These issues that we are talking about become very complicated in that we don't have a divine template on which we can actually have this conversation. The one who is said to have made us decided that we're going to become creative as human beings as to how we run and manage our homes. We hear of him having a son. We hear of him being a father. But mysteriously so, from the entire pages of the scriptures, there's one thing missing. His wife. Nokutaida kuziva kuti ni Jesu pavakanzi vakaonekwa vakagara nomukadzi paSamaria patsime mukadzi anga ari chifeve ndokutibudza madisciples uchindai kutauna mundotenga chikafu ndobva vasara vano mukadzi uya vari voga. Report ikazosvika kumba manheru kuti vanga vari kutsime nomukadzi uya. I just want to stand somewhere. I'm a critical thinker. I want to hear what the wife of Jesus was going to say. Jesus will have died way before the cross. This is serious stuff. Because you cannot have a man who goes to a party and another woman comes unceremoniously, enters the place, washes the feet with her tears in the audience of everybody, then takes her hair and wipes the feet, then takes her perfume and pours it from the head to the toe, and husband Jesus goes home smelling ladies' perfume from a party. Chimurenga 3 ichocho wakomana ngatisareverana nhema wakomana tose tina madzimai azvaimira mushe taingozonzwa kuti Jesu vakangozofa vasati vasvika kupi kumuchinjikwa chaiko chaiko vaingofira munjira nokuti nyaya yamadzimai haizi nyaya yekutamba nyangwe denga rakayavoida. I'm not mixing my words. Therefore, I want to start where it is very, very powerful. You are doing that which even God cannot do. Show me God's wife, and I will know that we're in business. What human beings are doing, even heaven. Kana muri na madzimai vakomana yangu mwari vanotomira pakona kuti vakomana ipaye vakomana ava chance nokuti pavari pandimire pakaoma ndine chikwambo chinondisveta ropa. I want you to know that you have to be creative in doing what works for you. There's no prescription. There's no biblical prescription of how homes must be run. Yes, there are principles, but being prescriptive as to what would work. The whole Bible would give you a whole barrage of types of families, from Adam himself to Cain to Enos. Enoch walked with God 365 years. 365 years. And he was taken. Murume unofamba na Mwari. Mwari ndokutora shamwari yavo. Kashamwari. Hande shamwari. My Enoch manheru kuti ubuya kuti Enoch wangaroa pasi aenda. Kwa shamwari yake. Methuselah ndo wakazosara namai wakata single parenting Bible makakhulumisa ati single parenting. Methuselah wakasara namai vake vari baba 2 inokaroa pasi aenda. Well, this thing of having a personal relationship is critical, and as a result we need to reach that level where we do certain things that work for us privately and individually. Families are a bonus. None of us were born with a wife on your hand and children on the other hand. You were born as an individual. All relationships are borrowed. Zvikwereti zvatinopuwa ndosaka kana mchindoroora marufu munoti tinondokumbira munodi kundokumbira nhamo dzapamwe paimba ndokumbiravo mwana wenyu ndinde naye ndini ndichazoita nyaya dzamawigi nenzara ndini ichindipayipo ini ndinotambura naye ndokhumbira wotobhadhara. Vakomana janimbotaura nemakomana, nhamo yako ndeyako, wakaibhadharira mfana ndiwo wakatenga. Sunga chivuno somurume. Wakasunga newaya iri, wakafosewa iri. Iye uchitanga kuti hi baby I love you. Okay, type yako handwirirani nayo kati unopinda netype iwe kati iwe wakanyanya kusiba kati make a plan kati ibva pano wakanyanya kusiba kati ndinondosubira mberi. Akazoti ndaiwa nyaya yako chihande. Wakandozvigokera nyuchi dzako, ukandozvikumbirira woga, ukandodzibhadharira nhamo dzako, nhasi dzava kukushupa vava maimunya. I want to give you a secret. Ukaona maimunya unyanya kupopota zviya izvi, unongoignora. Ungoenda kwavari, wosvika wombundikira kudai so, wovasubata nechekumagaro kunoku, wosumudza woti my problem. Waibata ka usaterera wosumudza. I hope kuti vanosumudzika vamwe venyu. Kuda vamwe zvangu vazuru unongondozendamawo pajinga, unosvika ungozendamawo. But having said everything else, what you have in your house is your responsibility. It's your choice. It's your calling. And sometimes as men, I think we need to own up and say, I made a decision. I chose this. And look past the mouth. Look into your choice. And make that decision that sustains you. In closing, Ezekiel chapter 1. And then I was taken in the spirit. And I sat by the river Kiba. And the voice of the Lord came unto me. And I saw the one sitting on the throne. There were 4 beasts around the throne. The face of a lion. The face of a man. The face of an eagle. And the face of an ox. Every man must have a chair in his house where he executes judgment from. In our initial conversation, therefore, a man must sit on his chair on 4 legs. The face of a lion represents territory, power. Before you can multiply your semen, use your urine to mark your territory. Ivavo nenzvimbo yaunoti pano ndo pangu. Yeah. Tinowaona ma-public booths nama-public toilets. Kuzwe kune nyaya yakoko. Imbovavo nopako ndo pane apa. Apa ndo pangu apa. Ukaona nyango iri shumba ikadarika territory ikaenda uko, inotosangana neimwe mikono ukoko. Asi kana dzichipinda mune imwe territory dzinotanga dzichinuhwidza kudai so muno mukono uri pano. Ika. Have territory. Therefore, urine for territory, semen for reproduction. Authority, power, governance. Number 2, still on the lion. A lion is never embarrassed to eat what the wife has killed. He is only called upon for bigger game. On a buffalo, but you say, no, sana marai, nini, mai, mrambui, you're not too fast, you're very slow. You can't catch them. Who will call you? So don't be embarrassed when your wife is doing better than you. She's working under your blessing. I know it's scary, but don't be scared. Don't be scared. You are a lion on a pride. Number 2, the face of a man. Wisdom. must be your password. Knowledge and understanding. Be as wise as a man. In the whole nature and vegetation, the wisest of them all is human beings, the man. And on the throne of God, there's a face of a man. The face of an eagle. Have vision, sight, know where you're going. Stand right on top. Cast your eye. Explore the land before you get there. 3 kilometers ahead in the sky, an eagle can see a fish dancing in the water. Zoom in and achieve certain objectives and learn to fly. And eagles are some of the best birds that know how to fly against the tide. They giggle in the storm because they were built for that. Men must cry. It's okay for men to cry. It's okay for men to cry, but where to cry? It's okay to cry, but sometimes as a man you must swallow your tears. And there are times when the family needs your strength. We don't need your tears. We need a voice that says, it will be okay. Even when you know that things are difficult. Stand up as a man and say, it will be okay. And why will it be okay? Because I'm here. Number last, the face of an ox. Nzombe rumforo. Bantom. Jamruti. Iya sharuya. Haimanyi yoyo. Inongoti ayo zete. Yakadambisa dzose. Vana boferi nana champion. Vakauya vakasungwa pano. Vakadzikana vakanyava kuita proper because jamruti. Haina kwainomanyira. Hautoitini nokuitina. Inofamba yoga. Nyengu muforo. Come. Many of us struggle in life because we lack discipline. Stay on a course. Work with it. No need for supervision. Wake up every morning and do what you know you must do and be consistent in doing it. Until your field is plowed and it is complete. That's discipline. Saka neno mwari wanga wano mtupo mina. Mtupo wa shumba ni muramuki. Mtupo wa munu. Mtupo wa gondo wana hungwe. No mtupo wana fuma baranda. Mtupo wana moyo. Mtupo wa ngombe wana nkomo. Asika na mapeza kuwira na Mose muzorangarira kuti pakutanga shoko. As we develop our concepts around building men, conversations are important, sharing data is important, but above everything else, let's find things that work. Let's network and grow together. And let's build a better society of men. Let's change our conversation. Let's go back to our indigenous ways of eating, ways of drinking, ways of sleeping. And some of your stress levels are not necessary. You don't need to stay in town. Take advice from a fool. 20 kilometers of Vapano Mfana in any direction. Unukubapa chimbudzi. Chief, Mbudzi, go to poor 4 acres. Who's bakira chimusha chako? 20 minutes later, urum town. 20 minutes later, uripamba pako, chimbudzi chako, chingombe chako, chikwai chako, chihuku chako. If you take that trajectory for 15, 20 years while you are working, by the time you retire, you will thank me. Many of us are spending. This is painful. Many of us are spending our hard-earned cash working in town, renting houses, only to leave those women in town and our children, when we finally retire to our homes, who die as lonely people. Kusiya mukadzi navana nemba kuno nedivorce pamusoro. Changu wachimudhara chinopfeka tai chiri kumusha achaimba pasecretary chaishanda kwa DF anga ari kuministry of what chapera basa chotokumbira mari ye. When you still have strength vakomana ndorevesa sure budai mumavenues umu musabhadhara marende dzimba dzamusina afford muchida kuimpressana vakomana. Inda pazvimbapo inda panyasa paBeatrice apa inda paruwa apa padombosha apa for less than $1,500 unopuwa 2 hectares 3 hectares woti zvitina zvako $35 for 1,000 mabricks. $35 for 1,000 woti chi $400 chako ga zvitina zvako mba mahara saka zvesimende zvako every weekend mede Monday kumba wosvika wodhura 5 rooms up mfana ine solar ine starlink ine toilet inoflasha iwe wouya kuno kubasa kana kuenda kumapasi 4 kandi ndichamboenda kumba wofonera medem ari kumavenues wakananga domboshava. I'm not joking. In less than 2 days vanenge vasumudza munhumbi medem kuti totoenda ukoko kwamuri ukoko. And that's how sometimes we manage these things. Madzimai anotishupa because we don't have vision, we don't have ideas as to what we want to do, the expectations, and this kind of shopping, it creates too much tension. Wakomana, if there is anything I fail to say to you today, downscale in city life, upscale in affordable lives. This is how I want you to think. This is how I want you to feel. This is how I want you to do.
Oyo! Come on now, let's show him some love. Mzukuru, uya kuno, uya nechimbo yako. Wataura nyecheka mzukuru. Mzukuru angatimbo muberera imawoko. Chimbo tsanangura chimbo indechi.
This is a thinking tool. You have the east, the west, the south, and the north. And while you are processing thoughts, you want to ask yourself, how are they doing it in the east? How are they doing it in the west? How are they doing it in the north? And how are we doing it in the south? And the 3 spaces are for time: the past, the present, and the future. How did they do it in the past? How are we doing it in the present? And how are we doing it in the future? Then you take the 7 interrogatives: who, what, when, where, why. And you ask them on each one of the points. To the east, 7 questions. To the west, 7 questions. To the north, 7 questions. To the south, 7 questions. To the past, 7 questions. To the present, 7 questions. To the future, 7 questions. You have 49 questions before you ask me that question.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Maponga.